Hello there. It's a wee update on the late. I think it was ages ago. I don't even know when it was, but it was ages ago since the last time I put one up. So I managed to achieve quite a bit of work on the late. I've been away to the Cooper Model Railway Show in between times. I had my exhibition late, Lewis Lakes there, which it ran really well for the 2 days. Show was good. Managed to pick up some really nice stock, a lot of rolling stock, and a lot of nice, a nice loco, a nice GP60. Which I just needed a chip and I got it at a really decent price. So I'll take you around, show you what I've been up to and what I've done to here. So I'll start off with the Altoon yard here. You might see some lights at the bottom of the board in here, and my engine service facility has a building. So this is Altoon Works, or Altoon West Works engine shed. The shed's in, built, managed to get a bit of detailing inside it. Hopefully you can maybe see some of that for the going through the windows and stuff. A lot of 3D printed parts. I've lit it. I wanted this building quite well lit. I'm doing quite a modern layout, so I assumed everything would be really well lit for getting worked on. So you can see some people and stuff in there. That guy's going to be backing a truck in. He's just... the truck's not there yet and I need to form the ground round about here. So really pleased with that building. Nice easy kit, went together really well. You got the option of where you put the office at the side. I was going to maybe not put it in and extend that track slightly, but I'm going to put the office in here. And I'm going to put a loading dock out the back for some trucks, and then you can see some pencil marks here. I'm going to take a road over this area coming off the layout as if that's where you access it. And you come round the front. As you look down here, you'll see that I've managed to finish the back scene in this area here. I've put in an ID back scenes and industrial back scene. Cut quite a bit off the bottom because I wanted that fence line that you can see kinda, and the pipeline that you can see at the front kinda close where I can when it was working well, and then just the cloud cover above. The joins are a bit rough, but I've got buildings and different things to go in front of this, so I'll strategically place them along the front. So all my back scenes are in now. So that's the back scene. That's the back scene there for Altoon Yard. And the works kind of looks like it sticks out a little bit there, but it's just the way it comes around that pillar. It's not as bad as that. And then I've used a white spray a wee bit heavily. But again, I'm going to put some trees and different things in there just to try and merge, because it's two totally different back scenes, as you can tell by the sky colour and the trees and things, just to try and ease it in a little bit. And once I put the foreground stuff in, then you're really hopefully not going to be as bad as the join looks just now. So that's Altoon Works in there. That's in Altoon Yard, that's got all in. And then as we pop round, sorry if I'm going a bit fast here, as we pop round past the milk, I've got the final back scene in here, which was the rest of the industrial unit there. It just sneaks off around the corner. There's going to be like a hillside in there. It's going to be quite green at this part. It's only about the layout is. And then this goes into the existing back scene, which I had just here. So there's a join there, which I've got a... This is part of Thomas Edgar Steelworks. This starts here. So there's some massive, massive buildings getting in here. So that join you're not going to see, or most of the grass. So that comes up down there, and then as we scoot down, I've got all my back scenes in all the way along here. So I'm really pleased with that. That means I can get all the scenery work done now. I've got a lot of different kits and buildings. Up here is all my coal that comes out of the coal mines coming up here to what would kind of be a rotary dump, but I'm not going to model the rotary dump because I don't have enough space. But I've got a building kit there for Walthers, a small single stall engine shed, which is this one here, that I'm going to use. Here as if the wagons are emptied inside the shed. So that's the plan for that there. As we come back along this side, obviously you can see the engine servicing facility, and we come over the other side on coal mine. Still not really managed to do much with the coal mine. I need some internal details done for that. Got a new building down here, which is actually the powerhouse of the Belgian brewery kit that was going to set up beside my brewery, but I really don't have the space for it up there, and I thought Actually, it looks not too bad. I can stick it here and I can put a chimney at the side, and then that can be here to house the workers and get use the power for the mine, the machinery is. I'm playing with the idea of putting this loader in here. It should be for like trucks and vehicles and stuff like that, but I've really not got the space to load anything up there without maybe putting it down where that piece of paper is, and it's going to be quite close to the wall. So I might use this as an additional loader to load a different material that comes out of the mine, but I'll wait and see. I'm going to change the mine in this area here. It's normally should have like a ramp coming up here into the mine head itself, for where everything gets put down through and then into the chutes that gets then down emptied in. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this to a mine head. So this is going to have lift wheels in it, and this be as if it goes down into a shaft, and then the coal's pulled up and then done it that way. I have seen a couple of places where it's done before, and I managed to find a couple of mine prototypes where they use a mine head, a wheel head, kind of like that, at the top of it to pull the coal up through and the men up through. So I'll use that, but it's my mine, so I'm quite happy. I need to get some internal detail and bits for that. That's why that's done. I was waiting on some lighting coming, which is now here. And then I need to get some handrailing details and really go to town with the detail on the inside of this. So that's the plan for that. As we come down here, this is not really changed at all. The biggest change, I suppose, is down the bottom here. At one point in time, this was going to be a packaging plant, and then it changed to something else. I can't remember. Now it's my chemical plant's going in here. As I said, I was at the Cooper Model Railway Show. Must have picked up about 12 really highly, nicely detailed tank cars. So I've got lots of tank cars now, and the space I was going to put it just isn't quite big enough. So I'm going to put the chemical plant back in there because that's where it originally was. So I'm going to take that for there. And then as you come round where the chemical plant was going to be, at one point in time I have used the Helgen kit. I'm just trying to fix it just now so it sits kind of how I want it to sit. I've used the Helgen kit in here. So this is the Helgen brewery kit as it stands just now. I've made it low relief, obviously, so it just sits against the wall there. It was initially going to be white, and I mean as white as the buildings in the back scene there, but it was just too bright and too clean. So I decided to go with an off stone kind of colour, what my interpretation of stone is. Kept the windows black as they came. I thought that makes it stand out a bit. Still got to paint up some details. I've got to put external drainage on it, a couple of escape stairs, pick out some of the details around the doors. But this is going to fit in there just nicely. So I've got two loading bays, 3 doors each. There's that one there, then there's one down the bottom. And then I'm going to concrete in. So this whole area is going to get concrete up to the tile level in this full area here. Sorry for the camera shake there. Into the tile level of full shape there, so you can walk around this, and then there's going to be an info round about the tracks. So this is just a kit that I've basically kick bashed, opened it out as much as possible. So it's going to pop into there. I'm going to fully detail the inside of this tower. It's just going to be a big stairwell, basically, that's going to take you up to different areas. A couple of offices probably in the very top level. And then I've got drainage pipe working, and at this side here is going to be the street entrance to the degree. Well, it's going to be an entrance of sorts for the offices, basically, as you come into this part here. And then I bought a modern warehouse, which comes with a low relief building, a small office area. So I'm going to put this small office in here. The boiler house that comes with this kit was going to sit in this space in here, but it's just too big and it kind of detracts for everything behind it. So I'm going to leave it there, but I'm really pleased with how that building's come out. I've only got about 3/4 to half an inch behind the building before it hit the back scene, which I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see there. So I've only got a tiny amount of space at the back of this one, just because of how close the track is at the front. By the time it gets pushed back and where it should actually sit, then I've only got a small area at the front there to put a loading bay in it. So these ones here are just going to have some lights in some of the windows, just above some of the windows. the building that's tucked in at the end of the loading track, that's actually got about 2 inches behind it, so I'll be able to put a bit of detail in there. And again, the small building at the side's only got about a half an inch behind it, so I'll just have some low relief detail in there just to show that there's busy and there's life, and a couple of lights and windows in there. So I'm really pleased that I'm actually starting to put some buildings on this layout, starting to pick up some really nice bits and pieces and start to work on the scenics, which is what I'm really trying to get done the best I can. I'm not sure if you've seen, but I've got a bit further with the helix now. The faces on the inside are nearly done. I think it's just the top one I've got to get round a bit. I think I've got it. No, the second one as well. So the top one's nearly done. It's the second one that needs to go all the way around. Get that done, and then a little bit more in the very bottom level as well. Just take some time to make some plaster up for that. But when you view it for the height up here, it's looking really good. It just needs painted and cleaned up, and then a bit more bits and pieces added, and I'll be good to go. I'm going to add some blue lighting in there. So as you can see, I'm going to turn the lighting in the shed out, what I call the house lights. So that's the house lights in the shed off. So this is just the layout. The black's really good because I really wanted it just to look like it was picture boxes. So this is the height that I'm going to be operating at, pretty much what you see here. This is my head height. So the layout's sitting about chest height for me just now. And then you've got a small area just over here, which I've lowered the back scene slightly, just up to this portion basically up here, where you can physically speak to the people opposite. So this is the lighting. I'm quite pleased with the LED lighting. It's just a strip lighting that you get. LED street lighting. It's got the resistors everything attached. Just all that's attached in. I need to add a bit of white lighting just under this side because it's quite dark there. So get some white lighting in there. But the top level's pretty good. I'm really pleased with that. It's on a dimmer, so I can brighten it up a little bit or dim it down. It's on a dimmer switch on the control panel, so I can dim the lighting right down, or I can really brighten it right up. So that's probably the brightest setting, which is a bit too bright. So we're probably going to operate roughly about that level. So that's quite pleased. That's how that's sitting. Softens up everything, and then obviously I've got the fiddle yard below at the bottom, and then I've added in my control panel here. If I change that to that, I get blue lighting, so it becomes night time. So again, I've still got a lot of blue lighting to add in. I'm only probably about, I think I've got all the top level in for the blue lighting. So not coming out 100% clear on this in the video, but it's quite blue at first. I think hopefully you can see that. And then eventually my eye seems to turn it white. So as you can see, I've still got the bottom level blue lighting to go in, but most of the top lighting is all the top lighting's already in. So I've got all that in. So this is just for what is nighttime operation, but that's already starting to. I don't know whether my eyes are adjusting to it or what, but that's already starting to turn white in my eyes. But so I've got a wee bit more. I've got to add some lighting below here for the night lighting for the different parts, and then inside the helix I was just going to put night light in the helix rather than white light because it is supposed to simulate it's in a tunnel. But I'll wait and see how that sits. So quite pleased with that. I need to buy more packets of blue lighting. I need another 2. Let's see how that sits. I was considering just looping the white lighting in the bottom level onto the blue, so that when I turn the blue lighting on, like this is supposed to be, the white lighting kind of kicks in there, and then I just have blue at the top, but I'll turn it off and then do that. So that change in colour. So I can see this is more of a warm kind of light. It's been a kind of summer's evening kind of lighting, but pleased with it. Pleased with all the same. So it's got, as you see, there's a wee bit across the back there, just below the clock. I need to get a strip of white lighting added into that part. That bit's quite dark, but everywhere else is well lit. So I'm really pleased with that. So it's certainly coming on. Got a few ideas. I'm going to put the main lighting on, so I'll change again here for you. There you go. So yeah, it's all looking good. Really pleased with it. Pleased with what I'm building. Pleased it's lit. Pleased it works. And the lighting works, and I'm running locos in and out. Track's a little bit dirty inside. Cleaned it just before I brought it down, but it seems to just be attracting dirt away. And then I've got a load of different detail and bits to put into here. I've got a few refueling points to put in here. I've got more tankers, and then obviously just behind this loco here I've got a diesel tank car. Diesel tank, sorry, for filling up the locos off a hose. So I need to add some more bits into that. And then I've got a truck here that I picked up off of eBay. It was only £2. Picked up off eBay. Cost me more than postage actually. It's going to be looking like it's in fuel in that tank. It's going to be sitting there. And then I picked up a container. It's actually a double O container, an iron brew one at a show, but being Scottish, you've got to have an iron brew container on your layout. It's too big to sit on the wild cars. The train is too wide. It's one in 76 rather than one in 87, so it's just too wide for it. So I'll dirt it up. I'll put a load of stuff like it's been stored on top of it, and then I'll have it sitting there. I was actually considering changing it into like a buffet or like an on-site kind of cafe, which I still might do. I was going to change maybe one side of it into like as if it served hot rolls, or kind of like a burger van kind of thing, but I'll wait and see what happens there. Lots that I can plan on and doing and stuff. It's a really nice Fox Valley Models loco that I got. DCC ready, 21 pin chip. I just pull one out, put that in, very easy. Got a loco really reasonably priced, and then the chip was only, I think it was £30. So everything, the whole thing, all in all, was under 100 quid. So for a DCC loco, I'm really pleased with that. I could have put a sound loco in it, but with this shed being as small as it is, as soon as you start adding sound into anything, it's so noisy. I'll put this Challenger on, and then you'll hear exactly what I mean, and I'll give it a quick run then, and I'll switch it off. So as soon as you can see, I turn that off. It's pretty noisy. A couple of them running in here with that. I know you can turn the volume control down on them, and I probably will, but a couple of sound locos in here and you're deafened. So when it's an operating session, you're going to have people chatting and talking, and no need to worry about it. And then I'm going to get like some ambient music parts that sit under the layout. They just play different parts of music depending on the area you're in. So with this being an engine works, maybe like plays a file that's got people working and locos moving and things like that. And then at the brewery, maybe just different noisy people talking and things like that, just through so it's not complete silence like it is just now. But that's all in the future, and it's good. I'm really pleased with the stages and everything's running. I'm getting to put some nice buildings in and nice kits. Starting to detail a lot. If there's anything on the layout that you've seen that you want to know how I done, please let me know. One thing I actually will do just finally before I scoot is I managed to achieve the NMRA Golden Spike, which I'm not sure if I said or not, but so for the British region. So I got the Golden Spike Award for that. I used Lewis Lake, which is my you can't really see, it's too dark under there, but that's my exhibition layout. I managed to achieve it with just using the exhibition layout as the for all the different parts and components. And that's how that is my exhibition layout, sitting underneath here on its back, and then 3 boards all together. So really pleased with that. I'm going to go for now. Any questions, please just know, drop a like and subscribe. I'm really trying to get to 200 by the end of the year if I can. It's a bit of a push, but we'll wait and see how it sits. I really appreciate your time. Have a good evening. Take it easy. Bye.